Welcome to Simply Bitcoin, a channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter to important updates to cringy fails. We've got it all. All right, we're kicking it off with the Clark Moody dashboard. So we are looking at a block height of 648,821. Price, 10,932. Chain rewrite days, 507. Wow.
Took a dip.
It took a dip. Total capacity 1,086.95 on the Lightning Network. So that is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. It just keeps crawling up, that Lightning Network.
Not bad, huh? All right. It's time for the Daily Fail. Our favorite shit show that is happening, DeFi. All right. So I've been in this space for a while now. Consider myself better informed than average, et cetera, and I honestly can only grok maybe 10% of this thread. The ghost of Rube Goldberg is smiling and laughing his ass off right now. Okay, so this is, the Daily Fail, again, is the DeFi mess, but so this lady put out a tweet storm explaining, so you could see here, for anyone stumbling upon DeFi wanting to know what WTF happened this summer, here's a high-level summary. And I kid you not, you scroll through this thread. So for the people who don't know who Brian Lockhart is, he worked for Kaza, okay? And he also worked for Microsoft. Like, this guy's not new to coding and couldn't understand a word that she was saying. And I mean, all it is word salad. They sit there and they put a whole bunch of fancy words together and pretend that it actually means something. Like, this is really just like the ICO scam all over again, like we were saying before. It truly is, but it's done on a higher level that's even less understandable as to why these tokens exist at all. So the ICO scam, it had like these real world applications that didn't need to be tokens. And now with DeFi, you've got absolute garbage. It's not even something, it has no real world, underlying scam idea, and it's a token. So you got to be careful out there. Yeah, I don't know. The lesson of the day, on this is just, don't get sucked into these scams. Everybody sits there and they're like, oh, I saw this tweet that, oh, DeFi people are, paying their parents' mortgages and this and that, Bitcoiners are, all like bitter about it and this and that. And it's like, believe me, we are not bitter. You guys have no idea what is going to happen. We've already seen it happen before. It just had different names with different people, actually some of the same people. So and these people all got wrecked.
Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I think we were talking about this off camera a little bit. It's people are addicted to the gambling, to that quick money fast, Yep. So all right, so it's time for the daily meme review, Phil. So you sent me this brutal one. It is. It's that DeFi, but you know what? It's the gift that never keeps giving, bro. Okay, so at least to the Daily Fail show segment. All right, so
fails.
So this is a meme or commercial, but it's a meme. It's a meme by Bitcoin Rabbi. Shout out to him. He's a homie. Let's check it out.
The numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11.
The amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Okay. Dude, that was good. It started off weak, but dude, that was a pleasant surprise. So what are you going to give it, Phil?
Here we go.
9.8.
No, it's a 7. It's a terrible 7.
Okay.
It's a terrible 7. There you go.
Dude.
That's right. I'm not known for my writing.
I'm going to be a little bit nicer. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
8.5.
So,
okay.
So I'm curious. Why did you give it a 7? I thought that was funny.
It's funny, but like I don't know. Like, it's just.
You're an enigma. You're an enigma,
He's
bro.
talking about like this. Yeah, he's talking about the stereo, and the stereo goes to 11, and like you're supposed to draw from that it's like Bitcoin going higher, and like I get it, but like I don't know. I mean, it was cute.
It was cute.
For me, it was cute.
It was cute. Okay, fair enough. All right, so it's time for the Daily News, sponsored by. Today's news is more advertising from the Federal Reserve. Fed announces it expects near 0% interest rates for years, potentially boosting Bitcoin's value proposal. So the Federal Reserve game plan going forward includes short-term investment levels from 0 to 0.25. Man, this is crazy, and I don't know if
interest.
So I don't know if you heard, Phil, but the Bank of England announced that it's going to start experimenting with negative interest rates now too. So the Fed's the only guy left on the block that hasn't gone to negative interest rates. And guys, if you don't know what negative interest rates are, is essentially
let's explain negative money to everyone.
It's the world turned upside down. So instead of the bank paying you for you holding your money at the bank, you have to pay the bank for the privilege of them holding your money and gambling with your money behind your back. And I know it sounds crazy. I know this sounds totally absurd. Why would you listen to some dude on the internet? But I swear I am telling you the truth. Go look it up for yourself. It's crazy. And in Germany and Switzerland already, if you have more than $100,000 in your bank account, guess what? You have to pay the bank every year a percentage of that money for the privilege of storing your wealth. And this is exactly what Bitcoin was built for.
You know what the and you know what the best part about it is, right? Is that the banks, right? They essentially get to borrow at 10 times what they hold because of fractional reserve banking. Like at this point, like really, what else can we do? What else can we do to actually show that this money is completely garbage and it's all unraveling?
I think we're at the end of the line. I
mean, like, what else can they? What else can they
do? It's gotten so absurd that you have to pay them for them to hold your money. It's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, okay. Before I'm getting carried away. So the next piece of news for today, it's kind of a follow up for what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. It's DLCs on Bitcoin. This is what we were talking about. And
that's right.
It was by our homie, Ben the Car Man.
That's right.
So essentially what this is it's leveraging the power of multi-sig to basically make bets, right? So, and it uses the third signature. It uses an oracle type of thing to kind of determine whether you won that bet or not. I'm going to put the link down in the description. So if you guys want to find out more about that, you guys can go check it out yourselves. And Phil, there was a pretty big software release today. Why don't you tell us about it?
Software releases. All right, let's take a look. Yes. All right, guys. Coin Control now available in Ledger Live. So when you're creating a transaction through Coin Control, you're now going to be able to manually pick which addresses and UTXOs you want to use for compiling the transactions. So pretty
awesome. Cool. Shout out to Ledger, but at the end of the day, it's kind of misguiding to think that this adds to privacy because it does. But at the end of the day, you're still using Ledger's node, right? So you're really putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. If you do want the benefits of Coin Control and being able to connect to your own load, I really recommend you downloading the Electrum wallet. I think it's one of the best. But again, I'm very biased because that's what I like. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Simply Bitcoin, a show where we don't talk about any shitcoins at all, only Bitcoin. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow.